Hello there.
Yay.
Hello, it is myself, Producer Jack. It is also Bill, and Big Bad Mike joins us.
Hello,
there
everybody.
he is. Oh, I'm sorry. You were just reading. Sorry to interrupt.
I'm just reading the Toys That Time Forgot.
Oh, it's such
Volume
a good book.
1.
I've heard about that book. I hear it's quite good.
Book.
Yes, Volume 1.
It's an
such
awesome
a good book.
series.
Yeah.
I've already finished 2, Plebeian.
How you guys
Welcome,
doing?
everyone. Well, Bill, we're doing okay.
Excellent.
We had a great episode, not because you weren't there, but I thought that in your absence, we did our best. We struggled through, and I think it was pretty good. Fans seem to enjoy it.
That's great. Sorry. Yeah, no, sorry I wasn't there.
The whole audience is wondering what happened, Bill.
Well, I mean, I think there was some fake news going on. You guys were talking about me doing this and other things, So I
told them during the show, there are shorts. There are 6 shorts on our YouTube you can watch that I fully explain where Bill was, but now he's mad at me.
Well, I'm going to kind of just
set the record straight here.
Set the record straight, yeah. So I did hurt my eye, right? So I was on another podcast. So the whole thing is, so the guys from the We Love You Emu podcast asked me to come on because, as you guys know, I love emus, and on Saturday mornings and Wednesday nights, I take the kids, and there's a local emu rescue down the street. So we go and, take care of the emus, which is great.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights, yeah.
And
Saturday
mornings. Emu visit, but I guess,
It's also a little heartbreaking since our show was on a Thursday.
But
the same night as 911 Nashville, as we established.
Their podcast, the We Love You Emu podcast, was on Thursday, so they asked me to join the podcast. That's why I couldn't make it. And during the podcast, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it. You go and we feed the emus. Anyway, there was a little emu accident during the podcast, and I hurt my eye. So yeah, you're correct. So anyway, I hurt my eye. So it's basically healed now. I could probably take this off. It's okay, but I've been wearing this for a while, so. Anyway, that's why there was no kind of rocket firing Boba Fett or what. I don't know, whatever you guys are talking about. But anyway, sorry I missed the show. You guys did a great job. So the eye is almost healed. The emu is fine, just so we all know too. That's the most important thing. There was no emus were hurt in the accident. If you can go check out the We Love You Emu podcast. I was on there. It's great. Anyway, so that's it. That's why. Again, this is probably okay. I could probably take it off sometime in the show.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, is it healed? Like, the doctor said you can take the eye patch off?
Pretty good. I could
is
probably take it off. I've had it on for what? When did we record? What did you guys record last? It was a few weeks ago. It's almost a month probably now. So it's probably fine. So anyway.
It's a couple weeks. Well, obviously, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We have a very exciting show today. We have a special guest we'll get to in just a moment. We'll be bringing in. We've got some stuff we're going to talk about on the workbench. Just a good time all around. And it's our big end of the year blowout. Also, I forgot that the app we use gave us some garish frames. So happy holidays. I got one more in my pocket for later, but it's festive. Exactly. It blocks our names. It's totally not useful in any way. I love it. It fills most of the screen. I'm a fan. So obviously, yes, happy holidays as well. And obviously, Bill, we're just happy we have you back.
Thank you guys for doing the show without me. I mean, I appreciate you guys stepping up and doing it. Again, sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm here now.
Yeah. And again, you follow your doctor's orders. If you can take the eye patch off, do. If not, if it's dangerous,
I can probably take it off.
Do you need to give a note to Jack to be able to take is it a doctor's note required to take the patch off?
Yeah, should we be giving? I mean, well, you're kind of our dad on the show, so I guess you get to choose.
Yeah, I guess it's your call.
Thank you, guys. But thank you for the concern. I appreciate all the,
the chat was
very wishes and the whole thing.
Very concerned. Very concerned. I also want to shout out Zaymont Rogue, great name by the way. Sadly, these are on after I got to hit the rack, but I'm here for the Replay Squad support. I love Replay Squad, by the way.
Replay Squad.
I don't know if that's taken somewhere else, but you just coined that, Zaymont Rogue, so thank you. And I'm sorry you can't join us for this, but I totally get it. Bill's an early bedtime boy too, so I totally understand. We're keeping him up for this, whereas Big Bad Mike is in like multiple different time zones and just stays up all night.
Something like that. Yeah, yep. And right now it's a Hoth-like atmosphere outside in the Big Bad Studios' finest, Somerset, Wisconsin.
Somerset. Also,
I got my driveway and I'm like, car or Tauntaun? I'm going to take the car.
How does your car smell on the outside?
Yeah, better than the inside. What's
Yeah.
up, Jay?
Also, I love this. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. I think that may also be the same person who called out my intro, which, to be fair, we will be changing. The logo has actually changed.
There was some rebranding that happened there. Yeah.
Let's see. I was trying to find it. Anyway, yeah, someone said, like, you got to change your intro. So good. Get the second it flew. I'd just been talking to BigBadMike about, like, it's fine. No one will notice. It's the last time we use it. End of the year, it's fine. And then
These guys are good.
There it is. Yeah.
Toy collectors are sharp.
Yeah. So good catch.
Speaking of toy collector,
you'll be seeing that up at the top. Oh man, you had a perfect segue and I blew it. I totally blew that.
I served it
right there. Right up.
Man, you handed that to me on like a little platter.
It was easy.
So we love collectors, right? Right, BigBadMike?
We do. Yep, we do.
Speaking of toy collectors,
we also like TOYCOLLECTR Magazine.
That is correct. Because our guest today, of course, is Blake Wright. He is the editor of TOYCOLLECTR Magazine. That is collector minus the last O. It is a bi-monthly print publication, and they focus on deep dive storytelling around collectible figures that we all love, of course. But instead of best way I describe it is instead of like chasing the hype of what's coming out this second, TOYCOLLECTR as a magazine digs into you get behind the scenes stories, you get exclusive art, images, things you've never seen about lines that you maybe have never even heard
World
of,
premieres.
or like loved. Exactly, premieres of new toys before you can see them anywhere else, and it's the history stuff that I care about that's actually matters to me, not just it was made by this company and then went under or something like that. The deep dives are really, really impressive. So with all of that, please welcome Mr. Blake Wright. Thank you for joining us, Blake. Thank you.
Hey, Blake.
Oh, that was not supposed to hit that button. Sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Hello. How's it going?
It's
good. Take off the thing so we can see what
down here in lovely Houston, Texas, where it was 83 degrees today.
Oh,
it was like 30 the other week, though. I was like,
just hang out. It changes.
Yeah.
Just wait a few minutes, you get a new one. Yeah, you're getting the same. Bill and I are also getting the nice 85-degree Christmas time. It feels real festive out there. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know it is late for you and BigBadMike, and we really, really appreciate it. And I know you've also done other the scene, as it will, of toy podcasts. So you can give us a report card at the end and tell us how we're doing on our fourth one. Now, before we get to talk about your magazine, if you will join us for this, if you don't mind, we're going to go to Le Workbench, which is where we get to talk about some new stuff that's coming, but also maybe somewhat connected in a way, if I will. BigBadMike, do you want to kind of start telling us about that? What we're going to be talking about?
Yeah. I mean, Bill's got this one. He's got it.
If you want to, Jack, you want to turn on the.
It's a very festive item, and I think people are going to be
camera
excited
here
to see it. So yeah, you just need the other one.
Here we go.
All right. This on the big guy.
So yeah, given the time of year, normally we cover some things that we've got going on the workbench, and we wanted to showcase the Naughty or Nice sleigh. Folks have been asking us about it, so we wanted to show where we're at with it. This is our paint master from the factory, paint sample from the factory. So as you can see, it's looking pretty good.
It's looking great.
I had some of the reindeer on there, but it's too big. It was too big, so I take them off. So this thing is huge. I'll post some photos once we get it all kind of hooked up. But yeah, it's great. It came out really good. Arlen and I are super happy about it. He did an amazing job, sculpting it. We're still working on a few little nuances here and there. And it probably will ship sometime in Q2. Obviously well in time for Christmas next year. But anyway, kind of wanted to show that on the workbench, given this time of year.
Is Santa in danger right now, or is Barbarian Santa just along for the ride?
I think Barbarian Santa is just along for the ride.
Delivery drivers and whatnot.
He's just along for the ride in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that axe is the placement of the axe is close.
Yeah.
So I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a wee ball. Yeah, it's teamwork, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to think. I see a little lantern there. That's very nice.
Yes. We have a lantern. We have, we have all sorts of fun things you can hit in there. I don't want to pick it up or anything, but there's a dashboard inside. You can store some things in there. It fits a couple of figures. You could put elves in here. all sorts of things, presents in the back, all your accessories can fit back there. You can hook up, it comes with all the hookups to hook up all of the reindeer. So if you did buy all of the reindeer, you can hook up 1 or up to 9 reindeer with the hookups that are there. So yeah, so anyway, just kind of want to show it off given this time of year, and you know, got my hat on now. Happy about that.
Oh, the eye.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Hey, your eye's better.
My eye was miraculously healed when I put this hat on.
Oh,
so
buddy, that's great news.
Great.
Oh, we're so happy for you.
Anyway, so yeah, so that's it. So there we go. So more to come on that as we get into the new year.
Fan-friggin-tastic. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to fly it again. I think I noticed something in the corner. There's maybe a guy back there. Do I see something back there?
Oh yeah, there's some things back there. Yeah, we always have little things back there.
Do you want to talk about that? Because I think I recognize something back there.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have, thanks to Blake, we were able to reveal our Agents of Omega Secret of the Serpent Temple figure on the latest issue of Toy Collector.
There we go.
Blake has it in hand. Yeah. And so that just is, Blake is what is it's hitting mailboxes now.
Yeah, it should. Most of the subscribers should have it by now, and it should be hitting stores next week.
Fantastic.
All right. And what stores are these in now?
So you're gonna find them in the U.S. You're gonna find them in select Barnes and Nobles, Books A Millions. If you're in the South, a lot of Publix grocery stores carry them now, and in the Northeast and in select areas across the country, you can even find these in Walmarts.
That's crazy.
I love
Blake, this magazine has come so far. I remember we were, I believe Jack has some images. We were talking about this line right here.
Yeah,
this is a line that's
getting
kind of popular right now. Look at that, December 2022.
2022.
I remember putting these articles together when Joel said, like, we're going to introduce our line here, and I need you to help me with some of these questions. So a lot of the editorial in there came from me. And then the next issue has some of our buddies over at TNT with Space Zombies from Mars, done by Arlen and his team. So that is a cool cover with those figures.
See at the bottom,
and then also that features a 25th anniversary, kind of the story of Big Bad and how things came about. So pretty cool read, very well done. So yeah. And
we'll say too, I
think
you can still get some of these issues on.
You can actually. I think we have all of them almost. If we've reordered them from you.
I just sent out 21 to Big Bad.
There you go.
Like maybe 3 days ago, and there were reorders for everything that was out of stock. So
perfect.
This should be coming into stock.
Grab them, everybody.
Hopefully around Christmas, maybe a little after.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there's some great stuff in it, all those issues.
Yeah, so you can get those. And so you said the best way to get them is through Big Bad Toy Store, correct, to get the back issues? Or is it
I mean, Big Bad is probably the largest back issue mover for Toy Collector. I had no interest in having a store or being a store. So when I started this, I knew I was going to have to find a solution for back issues. And I went right to Joel, who had helped me, with selling the books when I had those come out in previous years. And he said, Blake, I don't want to sell magazines. And I'm like, and I'm like, I know you don't, but I don't either. So
right. So one of us has to.
What can we do here? Actually, he said, I'm not set up to sell magazines. And I'm like, yeah, I know, neither am I. But you've got such a, varsity operation there, maybe we can work something out. And we came to an agreement, and he was able to be our back issue guy. So
awesome.
That's awesome.
Excuse me, this sounds like an ad, but someone says, is there nothing Big Bad doesn't do now? Food? Probably
more to come.
Food.
Pizza coming.
Food, right? Pizza.
Big Bad pizza coming.
Big Bad pizza.
It's very exciting. Well, if I may, I do want to talk a little bit more about Agents of Omega. And I feel like I jumped on that a little fast, but can we chat about that a little bit?
Yeah. So we, again, thanks to Blake, we were able to debut the line in this issue. This is our new sort of adventure line. We have, much like some of our other lines, like Operation Monster Force, they include a little mini comic in the front flap. This first one is written by Sean Rourke, who I think a few of you might know, who's also doing all the lore and co-creator of Monster Force.
He's a lore master, if I'm not mistaken.
He is a lore master.
Yeah.
That's
he was on episode 2 of the podcast. You can go back and watch.
Yeah, he was on, and he is the lore master. And then we have some art here by Shannon Denton. It was great. So we'll have. I think we might even have an image of some of that art. Yeah, there we go.
Indeed.
So that's the panel that'll be in the front, which tells the adventure of, the secret of the Serpent Temple. And then, like I said, each figure will have a little bit of a comic. The goal is for us to put out, maybe 2 to 3 different adventure sets a year, this being our first one. And then you can read more about the, about the adventures on the packaging, much like the Monster Force packaging.
And let's look at the cover art for that.
Yes. Yeah. Shane did an amazing job here with the cover as well. He's fantastic. He's done some work for a few friends of ours, like Grindhouse Toys as well. And they were kind enough to pass Shane's info on to us. And he did an amazing job on this cover for the packaging. So again, we're gearing up and getting this thing ready to go. And the article talks about, a little bit about the line and what the line's about and all of that. So yeah, Blake, thanks again for doing that. Do you want to talk a little bit about the article at all, Blake?
It's just basically we just outlined this initial figure, its potential availability and a little bit of the backstory of the Agents of Omega, what the whole kind of peg of the story is that these characters are going to be, involved in going forward. So yeah, it's just not, they're just not putting out, Bob the figure, here you go, he has a snake. I mean, there's a story here. So I mean, it's always, compelling when you have a universe that and characters that you can build a compelling universe around.
Yeah, so I would say, again, pick up this issue, find out more about the line.
I can't wait to read that Legions Con wrap up. I hope you didn't talk about the 400 chicken tenders that I put on my salad at that restaurant you drove us to.
You know how to eat salads, my friend.
There may be some chicken tender talk. I'm not.
It says OMF agent says maybe we could get Sean, lore master, on here to go over the lore for this, like he did for Operation Monster Force.
Yeah, I think that would be great as we get closer to launch on this thing. I think, we could bring Sean on and talk more about it.
Somewhere while casually eating pizza, he looked up into the sky knowing that someone had put out the lore signal and needs information from him. He's like,
we need a lore signal.
I must go and tell them about monsters.
So I think we're going to get into some action figure actual photography of this glamour shot.
Now, if I may, I've noticed something about this gent is that he keeps showing up with a snake. Crap, it's a big snake.
Yeah, he fights a snake. So
I can't imagine what would happen if that snake got onto a plane.
Don't transport the snake on a plane.
So each set will, each adventurer will either come with or also offered with at the same time, usually something that they're fighting, or basically they're different adventurers. So you're going to have things like potentially space adventure or mummy adventurer or land adventurer, all sorts of fun different adventure sets I think that we've got planned. Like most of our stuff, we try to pack in a lot of accessories and gear and that type of thing.
And the weapons on this were designed by Gridiron, correct?
Gridiron also, yes, has designed the weapons and is supplying a lot of weapons for these sets as well.
Commander Gridiron supplying us again.
He's running from the snake.
This is smart thing to do with the giant snake is run from it, not engage.
Yeah, and again, these won't come as like a wave of multiple adventure sets. We'll probably do again like a set maybe 2 or 3 sets a year, that kind of thing for this line.
Nice. Also, boo hiss dad joke, Mike. But in itself, putting hiss is kind of its own dad joke. So
yeah.
All right. So we were discussing the weapons design by Gridiron. Those look fantastic. I'd spoken to you two individually. I'd love to speak with someone along those lines as well, who essentially designs weaponry for smaller scale. Because I know that a lot of collectors can go in the weeds on, like, I want to make sure that it looks like this and has all the right, exactly what I want the firearm to look like or something. And I would love to, what sacrifices have to be made along those lines of trying to go from an actual physical size to scale. You guys obviously all know quite a lot about that, about what works and what doesn't at different scales. So it's always interesting to me, especially when it looks this real, like when it looks that good. It's probably not fun to do. I mean, speaking of the details, I mean, like, look at, he's got like all of his little buckles, all the holsters, everything looks great. And this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, this is the prototype, so it won't look exactly like this in every way, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was our painted prototype that we took some photos of. One of the things that'll change in the final figure, as we've talked about before, we're moving to double hinge joints on knees and elbows, so you'll see that in the figure when it actually is released. But for the most part, it'll look like this. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. I think I got some more pics. Oh, heck yeah! That is not a smart thing to do with a snake.
You get to punch a snake.
You get to punch with snake punch in action.
Yeah.
That'll be on the front, right?
Yeah. In case anyone's asking too, the snake is not articulated. It's just a snake.
It's a display piece for the
static
figure.
Snake. Yeah, that goes with the figure. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, okay. Now we got a beret action.
Yeah.
Very
got
nice.
A beret.
And that is the Omega logo, correct, on the beret?
Yes. Yep. So, and
very
then
cool. When you're
as you'll find out,
your biceps. Oh, go ahead.
As you'll find out in the lore too, and again, I don't want to spoil too much what's going on here yet, because we still got a ways to go before we're going to release this. And again, Blake's got some really great tidbits in the magazine, so I encourage folks to pick that up. But the Agents of Omega spans multiple decades, so we might see sets that are modern, we might see sets that are in the past, and those kind of things too. So, but again, we're still working on a lot of the stuff. We're not quite ready to launch this thing yet, but we did want to get it out there and show it to folks. And as we look towards a launch, I think sometime in the summer.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Got 2 more left. So let's take them all in. See that again? Not what I recommend with a giant snake, but it's better than just wrestling a giant snake.
Yeah.
Try to go for the back of the friggin' head.
Yeah,
that is the details. Fantastic. Also, I mean, just to say what's the obvious thing out loud is that you can obviously use the snake with your other figures and pose it with them.
Absolutely.
So
yes. These are 6-inch, in case anybody's curious as well. We get questions a lot because we do offer lines that are both 4-inch and 6-inch. So this line is 6-inch.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that. Actually, I totally forgot to ask that question. Thank you. That's something I forget until it's too late. So.
And it's all customizable too. So if you're digging a different head or want to put a sleepwalker or something like that on this body or somebody else, you can do all kinds of stuff. As everybody knows, you can swap heads and all kinds of different parts with our stuff. So
yeah, it looks fantastic. Okay, I think I got one more. Fantastic finale. The cliffhanger, if you will. Nice, very nice. I think we had talked about distribution, etc. Oh shoot! Sorry, I just looked up and I just realized I just lost BigBadMike.
Hopefully he's gonna come back soon.
We'll move on.
But yeah, I mean, we're like I said, we're like Blake mentions in the magazine, we're targeting a summer, release for this thing. What's that?
I'm messaging Mike. We can hear. I'm sorry,
Mike. What are you doing over there?
I know it's not me.
Oh, I know.
This time.
You know what? Here's what's going on.
It's not me this time.
I should have mentioned this when I had my accident.
Yeah.
So many things were going on. I actually lost my keys and couldn't find them.
Okay.
But I think I now know what happened to my keys.
Okay. I'm trying to message Mike. I'm literally getting redirected when I try to message him, which I don't even know what that means, but I can't see, like, I'm telling him we can hear him, basically, that we can't see him, and he's redirected. Oh, okay.
Mike,
sorry, Blake,
Mike.
sorry. I told you we might have technical issues. Bill,
Mike, what are you doing?
I'm sorry to talk over you. I am your producer on a show. I do not run your business, and this is not my fault. If that makes sense.
I think I know what Mike did. Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah, okay. What's going on, Jack? Sorry. What's happening?
Something.
This is live. We know this, right? This is live.
Yes. Something is messed up on the page. And again, is not my fault. Cool. Are you cool with knowing it's not my fault?
Yeah, that's fine. What happened?
I don't do your business. Does that make? Am I clarifying that enough?
Mike, did you get the button out? Did you press the button?
I found the keys, Bill, and I pressed the button.
Why did you press the button? We don't know what the button does, and I have it under lock and key. Why did you press the button?
I pressed it, and it did its thing, Bill. We're live. We're live right now.
Oh my gosh, what's happened?
I didn't do this. I again cannot tell you enough how I have zero control over these things.
Oh my god. The button launched something again, didn't it?
Bill, it's so powerful.
All right. Well, I guess this set is live now on Big Bad. We weren't quite ready. We were hoping to do it this summer, but I guess it went up thanks to Mike and that button, that golden button.
My notes say summer 2026. I was about to say that's when it comes out.
Right.
And then Mike dipped.
But Mike took the keys and unlocked the case and hit the button, and now it's live on Big Bad, I guess.
All right, so Mike. Let me see the button, folks. Show me the button.
There it is.
I can't believe you did it.
Well, Blake,
you keep threatening it, and
thanks for announcing the line. I think that was awesome, and now it's live. I guess you can pre-order it now.
I guess
we're live.
You can go to Big Bad Toy Store right now. John Forrest already beat you.
Well, I guess that's what happens with live streams. You just don't know what's going to happen.
You never know.
Okay.
All right.
But also I agree is that we got to send Big Bad Mike to bed about supper.
All right. Okay. I'm going to lock that button back up. I'm so tired of that golden button.
I think we're going to need a stronger lock. Yeah.
When you only focus on your emus, I should just say hobbies, then you lose track of things, Bill. So
that's fine. Okay. Well, hey, I'm excited the pre-order's live. Expect it to ship sometime this summer. So yeah, but get this new issue of Toy Collector because you can read all about it.
All right. Well, congratulations, everyone. You can go get it right now on Big Bad Toy Store.
All right. Sorry, Blake.
On the podcast. Blake. Open another window. Don't just leave. All right. Let's before something else gets broken, let's talk about Blake a little bit more. Big Bad Mike, before you were naughty and pushed the button, I think you were reading a cool book. Is that correct?
I was.
You trying to show off that you're literate and stuff.
So I'm reading Toys That Time Forgot Volume 1. There are 3 of these, Blake. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Let's talk a little bit about Toys That Time Forgot.
Sure. So it was 2014, and I had actually done a little online digital toy magazine called Little Plastic Men. And I did that I did it quarterly for most of that year. And I did for the 4 issues. And at the end of it all, it was like, this is fun and everything, but it's never going to make any money. I can't sell ads into a digital magazine. It's hard to do. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'll just fold it up. Didn't cost me anything. I was giving it away for free. I wasn't charging anybody for it. So, one of the columns that was in that magazine was called Prototypically Unproductive, which was all about unproduced toys. And there's an old saying was, you never hear from people until you try to take something away from them that they liked.
Interesting.
So when I went public and said, hey, LPM's going away, I can't justify doing it anymore. All these people came out of the woodwork that I'd never heard from the entire year saying, oh, don't, we love this, blah, blah, blah. I actually had a guy call my cell phone from New Jersey And I was on the phone with him for like an hour. I had to talk him off like a ledge or something because he was trying to talk me into different ways of monetizing this thing. And I was like, and by that time I was really kind of tired. And I was like, look, man, I appreciate what you're trying to do here. But so I kind of talked myself into, okay, I'll do one more issue for the fans and I'll make it all this unproduced stuff because that was the most popular column in the magazine. And so I started doing research to get enough entries to make it, a magazine length. And as I dug into it more and more, I was like, man, this shouldn't be a magazine. This shouldn't be like a PDF on the internet. Somebody needs to write a book on this because there's just a lot of compelling stuff out there and stuff that I had never heard of, stuff that wasn't necessarily on the internet. Because you got to remember, from anything from 97, 98, I mean, digital cameras weren't around. So, if there are any toys that, didn't get made that predated that, someone would have to physically like scan stuff in and upload it. Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe there's a project here for me. So I created a 20-page dummy version of what it could look like. And I took it to Toy Fair in 2015, February 2015. And I basically went around to all my toy contacts. And much like I did with Toy Collector, I said, talk me out of doing this. And everybody was like, what, are you kidding me? This is fantastic. Well, why would you not want to do this? Well, because it's a lot of work. And there's some legalities with it. There's a lot of gray area here about who owns what, and all these prototypes that are in people's hands are technically stolen. Technically,
fair, yeah.
There's a very gray area there.
Yeah.
If the company lets it go out the back door, isn't necessarily stolen at that point. I mean, better. Anyway, so I came back to the house after that, and I looked at my wife and I said, hey, it looks like I'm going to rewrite the book. And she's like, great. So it took me about 2 years to finish it. Wow. And I went to, and I did, we were doing some traveling. And so I went physically to these homes of like retired sculptors and retired executives. And
wow,
I sat with them and we talked about all this stuff, and they would pull these old files. And I remember going to Brooklyn, was it Brooklyn or Queens? I always forget. I think it was Brooklyn. And at this guy's house who used to work for Knickerbocker and Mego for a very long time. And we were sitting there talking, and he had convinced his boss, who lived not too far, maybe like 45 minutes away, to come by while we were there. And they hadn't seen each other in 30 years, even though they lived, in sort of a proximity to one another. So they both got there. So it was this weird, like, family reunion thing was happening. And then he got really excited. He's like, let's go down to the office. And like, okay. So we went down these stairs to his basement. I swear to you, it was like 1984. Untouched.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's not the book, the year.
Yeah. So there was like electric pencil sharpeners and rotary phones and just fax machines. It was everything. Just time stood still. Yeah. And he was pulling out all this paperwork and stuff that had no business still existing in 2017 or whatever it was. So it was a lot of that. And, and finding somebody who, had, old sculpts of something that were sitting in the bottom of a shoebox in their basement. The shoebox was like half destroyed by water, leakage or whatever. It was like, oh yeah, there was some, those never got made. It was like, holy crap. You know what this is? And so we took that first book to Kickstarter, and it funded. And so I got them out pretty quick after that, because the book was already, the writing was already done. I was just basically funding the print job at that point. And then, and I called it Volume 1, not because I ever intended to do a Volume 2, but I just wanted people to realize that this isn't everything.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot more of it out there.
There's a lot in here. I mean, this thing's over 200 pages. It's hardcover, great quality, like so much interesting content in here. I could spend days and days and days in this thing.
Yeah. So immediately when people got the book and started going through it, I was bombarded with where's volume 2? Where's volume 2?
Amazing.
Where's volume 2? Where's volume 2? Which I should have foreseen that, but I didn't. And I really had no intention of doing another one. But you know, the din grew so loud that I was like, all right. So I did have leftover material that, you know,
if I was going to ask that, I was wondering if you had to go on a second tour or if you had enough content.
But I mean, if I couldn't make 6 compelling pages, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put it in there. So some of them I could make 4 compelling pages. So I just needed to do a little bit more digging and come up with a couple extra pages. So, you know, basically when two came around, I did some more traveling, met some more people. And once these guys realize you're not a psychopath and you just want to,
yeah,
number one, and number two, that you just don't want to buy everything they own and try to rip them off.
Right.
They're very amenable to, like, hey, come on by. Hey, I want to introduce you to this guy. Hey, you should, that line, you need to talk to that guy, you know, that sort of thing. So, you know, so we did 2, took it to Kickstarter. It funded again, got it printed, shipped out.
Buy a lot too. Like, well over 100%.
We got like, I think the first time for one, we asked for 30 grand, we got 35.
Nice.
I think we asked for 35 on 2 and we got 40 something.
Nice.
And then on the third one, we got a little over 50. But
wow. Amazing.
So after I did 2, everyone got it again. Everybody loved it. Where's volume 3? Where's volume 3? Where's volume 3? So, okay. I actually talked myself into doing 2 and 3 at the same time, pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
I actually announced that at Toy Fair one year, because it was like, okay, that's a trilogy.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. You know, it's gold, silver, bronze. It's like the Olympic medals, if you haven't caught on to that little motif. So we did 3, but with 3, you start to see, and that's the one I like the most, because that's the stuff with just the wacky stuff in it. Like, what the hell is this? You know, I had never, and you can see why that never made it out. You know, I was like, holy cow, this is ridiculous.
So it'll do great in 2026 when someone puts it out. Right. Yeah. That's usually how the world works.
They'll get it then.
So after that, you know, they were like, hey, where's volume 4? Where's volume 4? And I was like, hey guys, you know, it's a nice trilogy. Let me step back. And, you know, I never say never, but I had no intention of doing a 4th one. And I still don't. Although I do remind people every time they come at me, I say, I do have a folder on my desktop at my home computer that says volume 4. And as I see stuff, I move it over into the, you know, or somebody sends me stuff. Like, some people still send me stuff, you know.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah. So I move it over there and I leave it there. And but I've never committed to doing it, and I don't think I will, because I did 3 during the pandemic, and it was just awful to have to. I mean, the books were stuck over in China for over a year.
Oh my goodness!
Oh
wow!
Wow.
So, when you announced that you were going to do 3 as you're doing 2, was it that you would just realize you had so much content that it would be easy to make a 3rd as well?
Yeah, it was that kind of thing, you know. And who does 2 of something?
I mean, trilogies are the best, right?
If you're gonna do 2, you're going to do 3.
That's very smart.
So it was like, okay, I'll announce them at the same time, and then so after that, you know, I started looking around for the next project, right? Because I'm a glutton for punishment. I can't not do something. And instead of focusing on stories for toys we never got to play with as kids, I decided, well, wouldn't it be cool to write stories about stuff we did get to play with as kids? You know, go back into that, you know, mythology and look in and can dig up some of those stories. Well, I thought, yeah, that would be great, but a book maybe is not the right format for that, but a magazine might be.
Right.
And by this time, we had been without a print toy magazine in the market for almost 10 years. I mean, Toy Fair had gone out in like 2014.
Yeah.
And Lee's and Tomart's followed suit pretty quickly after that. So it was like, well, so again, Blake dummies up 20-something pages, flies out to LA, sits down with anybody who will have him, slides it across the table and says, talk me out of doing this.
Amazing.
And I had 6 or 7 meetings with toy companies at that trip. It was like Christmas of 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked out of every one of those meetings with an ad commitment.
Wow.
So
that's impressive.
And I could show them no distribution. I could show them, no subscription base. It was time.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I came back and I told my wife, hey, I'm going to do a magazine. She wasn't thrilled about that one.
That wasn't as glamorous.
Because she saw it as recurring thing. It doesn't end.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that is a commitment. Yes.
Yeah,
you were committing her to a commitment.
It doesn't end until I look at the bank account and go, well, I can't print that one. I guess we're over. I guess we're done.
Yep.
So in the fall of 22, Toy Collector 1.
Amazing.
Hit the racks.
Now, when you said you were making a magazine sort of for yourself before, was that in a zine format? Was it like smaller and black and white, or like
no? It was so Little Plastic Men was a digital only. It was a flip book, so you could go and turn the pages. See, because at the same time I was doing that, I had done an online guitar magazine for 10 years called Gearphoria, and it was a digital flip book, and it was all about small builders, like boutique toy guys. Well, this is all about boutique guitar makers, amp makers, pedal makers, that sort of thing. And I did that for 10 years. We did 54 issues of that thing.
Thank goodness.
Wow.
And I still get people like, why don't you have Gearphoria online still, where people can go back and look at it? And I actually just did a deal with a friend of mine who's actually going to start hosting the PDFs.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So Gearphoria will have a second life as a archive.
I feel like much like podcasts, I feel like we discovered in 2020, for better or for worse, of that year and onward, is that the concept of, I don't think anyone will be into this but me, doesn't exist. Is that we've learned that whatever you think is like, it's too niche, no one's going to get this, it's just for me. If you have that feeling and it's cool and you think it's interesting, you should move forward with that. And I think you are one of these people who is a little ahead of the curve on that, of like, look, I want it, so I'm going to make this magazine. And if people like it, great.
And that was a big impetus of the books too. It was like, no one was clamoring for a book about unproduced toys.
Turns out they were.
But I wanted to read it.
Yes. You didn't hear them clamoring.
And no one else was going to write it.
Yes. But I mean, even in this podcast today, we've seen people who say, I wasn't familiar with the magazine, I'm getting it right now. So it is exactly, sometimes you don't even know you want it until it's in front of you. And then you realize this is my thing.
Yeah, I know. And I hate that. People. I've been here for 4 years, guys. Come on, open your eyes.
Well, I mean, that's just it. Is right. If you listen to any, go on. Sorry.
Visibility is problem number one. And it will always be problem number one.
Yes.
I mean, there's just not enough people who know about the fact, and there are enough toy collectors, active toy collectors, who still don't realize there is a print toy magazine out there.
Absolutely. In back when DVDs used to have commentaries, one of my favorites was John Carpenter. I think it was Big Trouble in Little China, and Kurt Russell said something along the lines of like, "Oh, you're ahead of your time." And Carpenter cuts him off. He says, "If one more person tells me I was ahead of my time, I'm going to lose it." It's like, I know no one got my movies until later. I get it. But so you have to have someone who's a little ahead of their time and sees the future. Thankfully, Blake, that was you with this magazine, that you just made what you liked. I wanted to ask real quick on that too, is as it's evolved, as it started as your magazine, your flip book, into the books, into the magazine, has anything surprised you about your original vision for it, why you originally made it, and making it now? Have there been any huge shifts that you were surprised at how much it changed, or has it been pretty much the same as that first flip book?
Well, I think the one thing that I caught on to pretty fast, actually, during the first year was, because I was writing, I was focusing on deep dive, long form, multiple page, multiple image. We were going to get down the nitty gritty of a lot of these toy lines, and I still do that, and I still think that those stories are appreciated. But the way social media works or doesn't work, as the case may be, we needed a journal of record for the toy industry and what's going on right now for collectors. Because if you go back and try to say, what was the the barometer on toy collecting back in 2014 or 2024? I don't know. Go to the internet, see what they find, see what you can find. I didn't find anything. Social media, working search engines on social media is just a horrible task for anybody to have to undertake.
Well, because it wasn't logged, right? Because people weren't taking it as seriously.
It became clear to me that I was going to need to write, I was going to need to have a news section that, up front that talked about, merger or a CEO change or, things like that, just so people could keep up with, the business side of the business, even though a lot of, some of the smaller companies, I mean, that was another one of your questions, but I'll kind of get into it a little bit. There are no businessmen out there launching toy companies. It's creatives that launch toy companies and either learn the business end of it the hard way, or they align themselves with somebody who is business savvy and can guide them through all that. Yeah, there's nobody out there with an MBA is deciding I'm going to start a toy company.
Well, I mean, hopefully they're investing in them, but yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, it's the guy. It's the guy who, spent 4 years at Otis in LA or RISD up in Rhode Island or whatever, or SCAD and Savannah, and those are the guys that are like, well, it's all the creatives that are like, we should do toys. It's like, okay, great, let's do it. It's like, how do you do that part? No, we need to find somebody. What's a 1099? I don't know what that is. Maybe we should figure that out.
Precisely.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just it's the nature of things,
right, and knowing how to get the right people in front of it. Big Bad Mike, did you have a question?
Yeah, so I was going to say, Blake, we've seen you a few times out with your jersey on and everything else, traveling the shows. Take us through what do you do throughout a 12-month cycle? What is your travel schedule like, trying to put these magazines together, and what how many shows and events do you have to hit up, and what does that look like?
Well, I don't have to do any of them.
You're the editor-in-chief. You can do whatever you want.
I need to do more.
Yeah. Interesting.
So every year starts with Toy Fair, basically in February, and you go up to New York and see what you've got everyone who you'd ever want to see under one roof. It's a bit hectic and a bit taxing, but it's 4 days worth of really good meetings if you do it right.
Yeah. It's on Valentine's Day this year.
It is.
How romantic.
Well, the wife's coming with, so
wonderful.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that she's taken care of as well.
There you go.
I believe that we are all married gents here. Do the significant other, how are they feeling on cons? Blake, does your wife enjoy going to cons?
She did.
Out of the con, yeah.
She did. She doesn't really do many of. She'll do Toy Fair. She won't do San Diego anymore unless she goes and just acts as an Uber for me, and then goes off and plays in La Jolla or takes a Blue Whale tour or something. She won't go to the show anymore, which I don't blame her.
Yeah, that's exactly my experience, is why I asked you too as well. San Diego Comic-Con specifically, we get a place over on Shelter Island, which is about a 15-minute Uber. It's gorgeous, and my wife just spends all the time there. We take the train there. It's beautiful. She gets a vacation. Yeah. I show up in the evenings. She goes on preview day, because it's not too crazy, and then I never see her until the evenings. So I totally get it. It's nice so that you've come to that understanding, as opposed to like, well, you got to go to this thing, like finding that balance. Bill, does your wife attend any cons?
No.
Would you say that was a good impersonation of if I asked your wife if she goes to cons? Do you think that's how she would deliver that?
Yes.
Big Bad Mike, how about you?
Oh man, I gotta watch my words here.
Okay.
I think she would have fun.
Anyone in trouble?
It would be there would be a million other things in front of a toy convention before ever
copy that.
Yeah,
so by saying you think she'd have fun, that means it has not come up.
Because it's toys. I know it's fun.
Yes,
I've been living and breathing it for a while. She's no, she's not. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Tolerates it.
There's no wrong answer. We're the ones dragging them to this goofy thing.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
She also knows on those days when I come back from like doing panels and stuff that like I've been among my peers. So I don't know if you guys get this way too, but like I get that like Dragon Ball energy around me because I've been able to talk to nerds all day like me without having to like mold, round the corners off because I'm in public company. I'm just like, we get to be nerds all the time. So yeah, I'll come back to the hotel like it's fully nerded, amped up because you're with your people. Blake, do you find that, and this is sort of related in that, when you go to meet with someone for your magazine, or I guess also for the books previously, are some of them surprised that people care that you're asking them about these things?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Because you got to remember, these guys aren't us. They are, right. Some of them are, 10, 15, 20 years our senior.
Right.
And that was just job 407 back when they were doing jobs.
Yes.
I mean, it's like sometimes they don't even remember the name. What was that called?
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And isn't that funny? That it's these they picked artisans to make just stuff. They picked artisans to just make some quick money, and they accidentally got some of the best writers, sculptors, and idea people in the world.
I mean, there's a documentary on He-Man and the Masters Universe.
I know it well.
The toys. I forget exactly what it's called, but
it's got a great title.
There's a great segment in there with one of the artists who came up with a lot of these awesome drawings, renderings of some of these characters, and the old guy's talking about Skeletor and Merman. He's like, well, I got Bone Man here, and I was doing I drew Bone Man, and then Bone Man's talking to Fish Guy, and Fish Guy, they don't even know what they're called. They're just like he's drawing Bone Man and Fish Guy or whatever. But it's just it is what it is, because those guys are asked to do so much,
right?
And a lot of that stuff, as I found in my research, never sees the light of day.
Crazy.
I mean, you drew 10 drawings of Bone Man and Fish Guy, only one of them gets ends up wherever it's going to go. So what happened to the other 9? Sadly, most of the time they get thrown away.
Yeah, the documentary is called Power of Grayskull. Yeah,
there you go.
Grayskull in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, I've got a question. So when you're getting looking at some of the imagery in this book, and you were talking about how people just have boxes in their basement randomly.
Oh, sure.
Did you get to borrow it and take pictures? Did you get to take pictures? Like where does the content come from? Did you get to take anything? Did people give you anything? Did they offer to sell it? What did that look like?
So most of the photographs that are in those books are scans I did in person.
Oh my goodness.
So I took a flatbed scanner, a little pop-up photo booth, and my, I don't know what I had back then, it's Canon digital camera, and took photos while I was at these folks' houses.
Wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, during COVID, I couldn't do that.
Right, of course.
Sure.
So it was a bit more of a challenge, but people were offering to send prototypes to me.
Oh my goodness, in the mail?
Yes.
Oh, that's so stressful.
To photograph and then send back to them.
Oh my goodness.
So like in the third book, there's an entry about Centipede, and there's an entry about Superman Lives, and there's an entry about Brats of the Lost Nebula.
Wow.
Those are the 3 that I can remember. I received those prototypes in the mail.
Insane.
Wow.
Insane. Then, so now look, the onus is on you to protect this thing. Are you sending it back to them, or now is it part of your collection?
No.
And you're stressed out.
Okay. I make sure that, like, look, I told them, I said, you do not have to do this, right. But a lot of the guys, they don't see.
It's a job.
Yeah. They don't see, they're not, they don't have the bond to it that other people might have. They just see, I mean, they don't want them, destroyed and, not get back to them. But at the same time, I mean, some of the stuff was extremely delicate. They sent me a couple of insects that were actually some very, very early 3D prints.
No kidding.
These insects that were part of the centipede pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And, they have these spindly little antennas and stuff. Legs that were like thin as paper, and of course a couple of them broke. And so I actually called the guy and I said, hey, for the most part we're good, but there's a couple of pieces that. So he goes, do you know the super glue and baking soda trick? And I'm like, no. He goes, do you have those two things? And I'm like, yes. He goes, go get them, I'll wait. So I went and got them. And basically what you do is you take a dab of super glue, and put it where the glue should go, and then you sprinkle baking soda on it, and it creates basically a hard ring where it connects the two pieces, and then you just take sandpaper and sand it down.
There you go, customizers.
Boom, fixed.
Look at that.
I've never heard that before, and I customized figures.
Neither had I.
That's crazy.
So I was like, okay, that worked.
Also, because if you think about it, we would never do that to our toys because that sounds insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I had no idea that was going to happen. So it was like, so I as delicately as I could, took my pictures and put them back in the foam, and because there was all this, they all had intricate foam. I mean, the guy shipped them very well, but it was just, it's the postal service. Stuff's going to happen. And they got back to him. Okay, I think there may have been another mishap, but just a little super glue and baking soda will take care of that.
I think your magazine especially calls to, and the documentary you spoke of, and a lot of times when they interview the sculptors or the designers, is exactly that. During the Reaganomics era, where the rules were off and it was literally just make as many cartoons as toys as you can and make money. The old toy pattern was that you play with the toy to a certain age, and then you are done with it, you age out of it, and then it's what your little brother needs to buy. So I feel like there was sort of a flip mentality of like, okay, well, we did He-Man, great. No one will ever think of this toy in 4 years, so let's do the next thing. And then the surprise was, again, they hired some of the most talented people alive to make these worlds grow, and we're still talking about it today. So I'm so thankful that you are reaching out to these people who were part of that. And again, it was just another job, right? Someone was going to take their seat in 2 days probably, but thank goodness some of them stole some stuff, and that they just have access to it.
Well, that was the other motivation. And now we're talking, back when I was doing this, we're talking now basically 10 years ago is when I started volume 1 research. And I knew then that we were going to start losing these guys. They're aging out. They're leaving shuffling off the mortal coil.
Right.
So, and every time I looked up and another one was gone, I was just like, there's another batch of stories that are history. If no one gets to stick a microphone in front of these guys' faces, we're never going to hear about this stuff. So it, I mean, and it wasn't even, necessarily subject to just toys. You know, I saw where, I forget the guy's name, but he was the father of Intellivision, Jerry something. And he died at 61.
Oh my goodness.
So I was like, man, I would have loved to have sat down with him and talked about, you know, the early days of Intellivision.
Well, and to speak to also the fact that you are not only recording it and getting straight from the creators, but also logging it to a physical medium to make books, to make magazines. And this is not to go into a large conversation about this, but obviously with AI's surgence this year, right now we're already seeing like behind the scenes videos, you know, Back to the Future that are just absolutely fake, or art where you can make fake art for a toy. Oh, here's the design of how they just, you know, here's how they made Starscream. It's not real. So thankfully, with your work and others, we do have documentation, and the clock is ticking, as you said, to make sure that we have the real documentation of any kind of history, but especially this, which is so niche, what we love about it. So it sounds corny, but thank you for making that effort to make certain that we have it.
You're welcome.
Should we all salute? Is that too weird? No,
not weird at all.
Okay, so a question for you, and I hope this isn't too, and you can think on it if you'd like, and this is also for chat if you'd like. You've seen, not only have you seen original toy lines, and even lines that maybe never even came out, but from the past that were of a time and were popular, and you've also chronicled reboots and like our new Mask figures, you know, that went through several stages, and who has the rights and what size will they be, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously the G.I. Joe resurgence, et cetera. Do you think look, the easy question is ask you who got it right, but then we're just playing favorites. I don't want to know who got it wrong, but I do want to know if you think that there are lines that just can't come back. Like it was a cultural moment, it can't exist. I think my best example is like Pet Rock was a thing. There was a joke for a year where people literally just bought a rock, put it in a box and gave it to each other. And I want to say the mid 70s. And that was a whole thing. Like, it's a rock. Isn't that funny? Consumerism. And that's like, I don't think you can do that now. I don't think that's going to work because it was of the time of that, you know, pushback on politics, et cetera. Then do you think there are lines that just live in that time and just stay there? And this is for anyone on the panel, by the way.
Maybe Cops and Crooks. I don't think that has any business coming back. Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn it! Why wasn't I on I need a better reaction there.
I think Bulletproof would disagree with you.
Oh no!
I think the production sample of Bulletproof would disagree with you.
Oh,
Bill,
man.
I promise I didn't set that up in advance. That was all Blake.
Do we have a sad trombone?
The question was sincere.
No, I put a lot of thought into that before I said it. But you tee something up like that, you gotta.
No, it was too good. Because I think
I will be serious about that. I don't want to see any boys action figures come back with rooted hair.
Oh goodness!
I think we're like stone protectors, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're past that now.
Stone protectors, for those who may not recall, that was a lot. That was the troll craze. Plus, they kind of they were kind of He-Man proportions, but still troll size.
It was troubling.
They had a gym. Yeah. They were kind of Ninja Turtles adjacent, but not. It was too much at once.
I don't need to see rainbow rooted hair on boys action.
Yeah, it was anymore. A rough casserole.
I think that was, I think that was of the time.
Yeah,
and fortunately, its time was extremely limited.
And I think, like, especially the basics, like Food Fighters could absolutely work now. Like, if it's a concept that's that easy, that's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Actually,
Food Fighters is working now. It's 9 to 5 Warriors, pretty much.
So, yeah, that's valid. Yeah, I didn't know if that was Big Bad Micro Bill. Do you have any that you think like you? I like it, that twist, by the way. Of like, here's what I don't want to see. Fair. I feel like sort of the drippy. Not Toy Biz, excuse me, Playmates, where everything became drippy and weird and gross. I think that kind of reached an apex, like from Turtles to Toxic Avenger to et cetera, et cetera. I feel like it was just everything was slime for a while. I think we had a lot of slime.
Hey, slime is big again right now.
Still does. People, I mean,
slime and glow. I never thought glow in the dark would be stride again. And woo, I was wrong. Everything's glow in the dark now.
I'm not mad at that at all. Here's a kind of follow-up to that, and this is just something that I was pondering. Do you think we'll ever get into a generation again where we have R-rated IPs that get turned into kids shows like RoboCop, Rambo, Toxic Avenger, etc., and then toy lines? Or do you think that now that we have a collector's market with NECA, etc., and Mezco, that we can just have, I think we were talking before this about Reservoir Dog figures, so that's
yeah, that was an of the time thing too.
Yeah, I think so too.
We won't see that again, mainly because animation is in such a dire situation right now. There's not, getting new animated anything off the ground right now is terribly difficult.
Right.
I should know. I've actually tried.
Can you speak to that, or should you not, or can you?
Well, it's not any secret that I recently completed my very first graphic novel.
Congratulations!
And
we could discuss that in just a moment as well.
It is in the process of mailing those out right now. So it was a Kickstarter from earlier this year.
I think that's a good segue.
Yeah, let's throw it up there. Let's throw it up while we're talking about it. We'll get back to the animation, but which we can discuss as we're going through it. But Moonman Zero, so you're in fulfillment phase right now. Congratulations.
Yeah, we are. So they landed last week, and we're getting ready to mail them all out. the thing I'm having to scramble is like, okay, because this is the first Kickstarter I've done where you could like do add-ons.
Oh, right. Yes.
It's like, okay, well, that person bought a single copy. Okay, so I'm putting the copy together, and oh crap, they ordered a pen too. I can't put the pen in this thing, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to set that aside and get an envelope for that. So
fulfillment's a nightmare. You're brave.
It is a nightmare. So, and not only could they do it during the campaign, they could do it as part of the pledge manager. So you got to look two places to make sure who ordered what. So in some cases, people ordered a pin during the campaign and in the pledge manager. So they get two. So it's like, because they paid for two.
That's a
so
lot.
I'm like, so it's just like it takes a clear, calm mind to go and tick all those little boxes off. And then you have to figure out, I'm too scared to import the Excel file straight into stamps.com because stamps.com is the ficklest website on the planet.
That's dangerous. Yeah. Then you just start buying stamps. You don't need postage.
And so you got to do them one at a time pretty much. So that's me typing in everybody's address. Fortunately, there's only about 150 of them, but still that takes time. So I think right now, basically I've done everything to separate. Okay, these are just the people that are getting singles.
Right.
So I'm going to start doing the labels for those probably tomorrow and get that first batch out of here and on its way.
That's all you can do. Yeah. And look at the alternate covers too. These are fantastic. I love the little golden book on the top right.
So that's Matt Koffenberg who did that cover for me. He's actually done art for Golden Books.
No kidding.
Wow.
That's so cool.
So the last one he did was there was one they did on Vikings, which is a sensational.
Amazing.
And he did the art for that. And when I reached out to him, I said, "Hey man, you can say no, but I would love for you to do a Golden Book style cover for Moonman Zero." He goes, "Of course I'll do it." And all I told him was, I need Moonman Zero on the cover and I need Walleye on the cover, and the rest of it is up to you.
Perfect.
And that was what he came up with. And I was like, this is perfect. Yeah,
all the homages are fantastic. I'm going to do the quick blurb here. This is from the Kickstarter, I believe. Moonman Zero is part Earthworm Jim, part Batman, part Mars Attacks, rolled into a funny smorgasbord of ruthless baddies and laser blasts, and all in defense of our most desirable planet, Earth. This is fantastic. Can you speak to your artist, Chad? I'm not going to say his last name.
Shodel.
I won't get that right.
So Chad, I found Chad on Instagram. And I actually found him about a year before we actually started the project. And I'd sent him a note saying, "Hey, this is who I am. I like your art style. Would you be interested in doing a comic with me?" And he said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And then life happened and I got pulled away, and he went and did his own thing. And so not to be a downer, but the whole reason this graphic novel exists is because in the summer of 2023, I was diagnosed with cancer.
Goodness.
And as of May 24, I'm in remission.
Congratulations.
So we kicked it to the curb, at least for now.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's nothing like having your mortality called into question to like go back and figure out all these old projects that you've had around that you really would like to finish.
Yeah.
And Moonman Zero has been in my brain and on paper since 2008.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
In one form or another.
Wow.
So I talked to some folks, and we did an animatic for it that's on YouTube that we did during the pandemic. We did some other stuff for it. And then I was talking with a friend, Olin Rogers, who is a big YouTuber, and he had an animated show on TBS called Final Space for 3 seasons. And he said, "Dude," he goes, "just do the graphic novel. You just get it out there. Just give them something to where, it's a physical presentation of what you want the people to know about this character and this world." And I'm like, so basically he talked me into doing it. Nice. So I re-engaged Chad and I said, "Hey buddy, remember me? Are you still around?"
Good news is that I am.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm still here." And so I said, okay, so let me give you the overview. And so I gave him a bunch of material, and he came back and said, I want to do all of this.
Amazing.
I said, what do you mean? He goes, I want to do pencils, inks, and color.
Oh my God.
And I said, okay, can you send me some examples of you? Because I was just hiring him for pencils.
Yeah.
I said, can you send me examples of your color work?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, fine. So he did. And I liked it enough. And I said, okay. He goes, well, I said, what's your rate? And he came back with a ridiculously low number. And I was like, you're hired.
Sold.
Yeah. So it basically, I mean, he was great to work with. We didn't get it done as quickly as I'd hoped. It did take a while. It's the old adage of, fast, cheap, and good, pick two.
Mm-hmm.
So I got good and cheap. I didn't get necessarily fast.
Right.
But we ended up, going back and forth doing, I would draw little crude things. If I gave him a lot of artist leeway with this and said, look, these are the general looks of these characters. Just show me what you're thinking, and we'll go from there. And so he actually had a lot to do with some of the design work on some of the secondary characters for sure.
Really?
Walleye, who's the guy there with the jewel and the monocle, he was pretty much standard. That's pretty much what he's looked like the whole time.
Right.
But like the Maidmere Queen that he's choking out right there, that was totally him, his design. But all the other fish that you see in this first book are basically his design as well.
Fantastic.
And he knocked it out of the park. I mean, every time I thought, man, I've made a mistake hiring this guy or whatever. And there were times where I was like, I don't know if we're ever going to get to the end of this. But I mean, every time I started to doubt, 10 pages would show up in my inbox and they looked fantastic.
Amazing.
And so I'm like, all right. So he ended up hooking me up with Dave Lenz, who did the lettering.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that done pretty quick. And yeah, and then Olin hooked me up with a guy named Matthew Medney, who runs Gungnir Publishing out of California, who do a lot of graphic novels and such. And he basically managed the print job for me.
Amazing.
And we got him, so here's, the physical. Yay.
Hey, and yet another field, by the way, where you now have connections across the board with people who make the stuff, which is pretty great.
Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to do is have like quotes on the back that, so from my celebrity friends.
Yes, of course.
You know who they are, we all know who they are, right? But I was real proud that I was able to get like, Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
And John Harbatine at Stupid Buddy.
Nice.
And our friend Volkweiss from this.
Yeah, Cowboys and Moo Mesa. Very cool.
And then Olin himself was able to,
oh my goodness,
do something for me. So yeah, it was really, really, really cool. And I couldn't, I mean, going back and looking at it now, yes, I see the mistakes. I see the warts. This was my first attempt at a graphic novel. So it was going to have those issues.
Right.
But if it proves to be a success where people are like, this is compelling, I really would like to read more about this. I've got the story arc for this is 6 books long. And I already know how it ends.
Fantastic.
So, and I've already written the second one. It's pretty much done. I've written half the third one.
Oh, unlike most modern authors and filmmakers, you actually know how it ends. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That puts you ahead of everyone.
I was not going to take the Disney Star Wars approach.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the very last line. I know who delivers it. I mean, the whole thing. Wonderful. So it's just, hopefully we'll be able to, once this gets out into the wild and people are like, this is actually pretty good, or I want to know what happens after this, then it'll give me enough juice to see at least the second one through.
Well,
so if somebody missed out on this, Blake, where can they get this right now?
Good question. So I did print overages,
nice.
But I think what will end up happening is it'll end up, because again, I as I've voiced before, I don't like being a store. They will probably end up on eBay, just as a standard.
And did you talk to Big Bad Toy Store?
I did not.
We do carry graphic novels, and
I know people there.
Yeah.
Well, we know some people there. If you'd like
but
to,
I did such a shitty job of. I'm sorry. There goes my one.
You get one.
Foul language word. I did such a bad job.
Let me make it festive. There we go.
Making it like retailer friendly. I mean, yes, I got a barcode put on the back, but there's no pricing or anything on this thing. Gotcha. So I was like, I went back and looked at it, and I was like, what was I thinking?
Well, you
Obviously,
made a
I was
comic book.
not.
You made your own comic book. That's pretty
like, there's toys out there that don't even come with a barcode, right?
Like those 3 books I made.
We do carry a lot of Blake product at Toy Store, so we could add this to the collection, I'm sure.
Well, hey, if you guys are up for it,
I can make a phone call tomorrow.
I can certainly do that.
I didn't know I was on a marketing call, but I'm happy for you all the same.
Yeah, can we turn this off so we can go into
yeah, right. He's like, I got things to do.
Man, people need to get this thing, so we got to make that happen.
Yeah, no, I would love to be able to point people to Big Bad for this. This story means a lot, and this is going to get sappy. It means a lot to me, and it's probably the most excited I've been about one of my creative endeavors in a very, very long time.
It's fantastic.
I love playing in the world with these characters. I love, writing for them, and it's so easy to write for them. And I just hope that it catches on with enough people to allow me to keep going.
You've taken so many leaps, into new forays of business. That's the hardest part, right? Is just doing the damn thing.
It,
and you did it. You've already done it.
It's like, you, like I said, you hope, you do it for you, and you hope it reaches people.
Yeah.
And that's really all I can hope for this thing. I was just, when I came up with, I did put a lot of thought into because originally this was all going to be I was seeing it as animation, right? I would love to have a cartoon based on this stuff. So there's a reason Moon Man Zero wears a helmet. You never see his face. Mm-hmm. How easy is that to animate?
Right. And also smart advice from your friend who's already had a show on CBS is that I feel like more often than not, it's that there'll be bidding wars for a graphic novel before there will be even humoring making an animated series. People just want the rights to make stuff, right? So that's very smart.
And it's one of those things where if you're not already in the animation business, it's very hard to get audiences to pitch things to companies. And right now, the animation business is in such turmoil that no one's taking pitches for animation, even from seasoned veterans.
Right, which is funny because during pandemic, I know that all the studios were like, all we want is animation pitches. That's right now. That's all we want.
Because you could do that during the pandemic.
Right. And then they made very few of them. They made almost none of the ones.
They over-ordered, and then they didn't make hardly any of them.
And made almost none of them. As the industry goes.
Yeah. But so it's about 78 pages for those that are interested of story. And then in the back, there are like bonus pages to show, walking you through certain things. Like that's my very first drawing of Moon Man Zero from 2008.
Oh, nice. Goodness.
If you can see
that's
that.
Awesome. Let me get you full screen here.
So
thank you. Oh man, awesome.
So it was just one of those things where I just sat down and started drawing, and I do that from time to time, and it's really kind of rare. But some of the stuff that comes out is like, well, this is interesting. Let's see if I can write something around this, and that's what happened with that, pretty much.
Fantastic. Well, as Bill mentioned, there happens to be no shortage of your work on Big Bad Toy Store, so it wouldn't be out of the norm to have the rest of work there.
Yeah, I owe Joel a perpetual debt of gratitude for helping me out, taking the books and then agreeing to do the magazines. Again, everything that's pre-ordered and out of stock currently is on its way.
2 pages worth. Look how much you've made.
It's I'm working on Toy Collector 22 right now, and I find that extremely hard to believe.
That is amazing.
I had really no pre-designs about how long this thing was going to. I didn't know if it was going to take at all. And last month I drove to a Walmart and bought my magazine. I almost cried. I mean, it was ridiculous. Never thought that would happen in a million years. That a product that I made would be available at a store like that.
Amazing.
I had no clue. But
congratulations.
There it is.
Yeah, okay, well, listen,
that's awesome stuff.
I'm doubling back on something that I asked which line should not be made, and you had a very strong stance, Blake, on rooted hair.
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe class Zanzibar must have a rooted ponytail. Evidently, it's a deal breaker. If not, I also love, someone said, I don't think we'll ever get Headman for G.I. Joe Classified. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was the drug dealer, I think. I think he was literally like kind of dressed like a pimp, but it was also a drug dealer. I think that was Headman. Yeah, probably not. Of its time for sure. If you don't mind, I've got sort of the short question for everybody, and then kind of a bigger existential one for you, and then I think unfortunately we have to go because we are kind of running out of time here. So do you guys have time for 2 more quick questions from me?
Sure.
Everyone good? Okay. First off, again, this is for everybody. I think we all collect. Everyone on here is a collector. I mean, you can see in our backgrounds, obviously. So we don't come to this hobby as like outsiders that are just trying to make a buck. Obviously, we are collectors ourselves. So I know that across the people on screen, like we collect, like there's vintage toys, there's like designer vinyl toys, wild cards you find on Kickstarter, etc., retro characters. I'm more 112, but etc. But because of that, and because of you all work at the business, you have access to more toys. You could, in theory, get more toys in your hands than some could, let's say. So one assumes that means you have to be pretty specific about your collection at this point, right? Because otherwise, it goes everywhere. And again, as I mentioned, we are all married. So that is a conversation to be had. So what I want to ask is, if any of you have set strict, and this is for the chat as well, internal rules of what is worthy of what gets to go in your collection that you have curated, and then even outside of that, do some things kind of break the rules of like, well, yes, but I also have to have this. So do you put yourself on rails of what you collect? So
Jack, so I understand the question. You're asking if toy collectors have any discipline whatsoever.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm asking. And what you've had to give up because of it. Like, when do you talk yourself out of something? Like, well, okay, but I don't collect that. Like, that's not my scale, so I can't. Like, that's mine is usually scale based. But I still break the rules. After the movie The Batman came out, I got 2 McFarlane Batmans, and he can't stand with anyone that I have, but it didn't matter, like, because I wanted them. No one else was making them, so I had to break my own rules. Do you guys have strict rules for yourselves?
I mean, I don't know if there's strict rules, but there's things that I collect, but then I might find something that is an IP that is available in something that I don't collect that I usually end up buying because I want to have something like that on my shelf that I haven't gotten in other places, which is why maybe I have a few Funko Pops, because that's not necessarily something I collect, but you know, there are some things that have not been made in the scale or the form factor that I want. So I might go, you know what, I'll get that because I like to put it on my shelf. So that, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's
a great one.
You know,
I think that's a great example, in fact, because I Funko Pops just kind of wind up in your life. You can't avoid them.
Nothing against Funko Pops. I mean,
they just do though. And I set that rule myself because it was like, oh, well, I like that this exists as a Funko, but like blah, blah, blah. And so I set them this very dorky. My rule was I have to have cosplayed them and then I could have them. So basically anyone played by Brendan Fraser or Nathan Fillion, those are the only Funkos I have and nothing else. I'm not allowed to have others. And even if someone gives me one as a gift, I have to like re-gift it back because I'm like, nope, that breaks my rules. I only get to have like 4 Funkos until I make like another costume or something. But I'm a bad example too, because like if I themed, you'll see where I'm pointing up, this is 1/4 of my RC robot collection. RC meaning the character from Transformers, the movie. That's like 1/4 of my collection. And if it's RC, I buy it. And sometimes they're terrible. And I still bought it. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I don't even want to display this is terrible. But now I'm fully Smaug the dragon and have to have all of them. So that's a risk as well. Blake, do you actually get like one-of-a-kind things that can go into your collection from people that you talk to?
I did. A lot of people would ask during the book research, did I buy any of the stuff that I saw? And I did. I made 2 purchases during that whole time. I should have made 3, but that's another story. Yeah, pretty much. And it was all unproduced second series of Earthworm Jim figures.
Oh man,
because I love Earthworm Jim.
I can see the Jim behind you on the top shelf.
Yeah, so that's the Mezco Jim. So over there, you can't see back. There's a glass case over here that has a wax of a character called Clutch which was an unmade figure from the line, a painted hard copy of Evil Jim, and an unpainted hard copy of Samurai Jim, and an unassembled, I don't even know the right technical term, but it's the Hamsternator figure, but he is still in the silicone mold, basically.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have those over here, and I have some 2D art of some stuff that they didn't make, like Copterhead Jim and Extendo Arm Jim. I have the actual like turnaround drawings, the pencil drawings on the vellum, and then I have the worm chopper, the motorcycle that they didn't make, that drawing too.
Can you talk about the one that got away?
It was the only Kroll figure that I ever saw held in hand. Torquil. I should have bought that. But I didn't.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you read the books.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Actually, very good.
Yeah, there's more in there. That's fair.
Yeah. But as far as collection, I mean, Bill hit on a point there with Funko. I mean, there's a Hellboy Funko Pop right there.
Right, because you like the character.
Because I like the character. But again, there's a lot of things like I bought the 3-pack of Rush, the band, because I'm never going to get Rush action figures.
Yeah. Yes. Well said.
I bought all of the Tombstone ones because it doesn't seem like anyone's ever going to make Tombstone figures, which I don't understand why. Maybe that license is an issue. I did like Dark Crystal because that was, I think, before they redid the figures. The Funko redid the figures. But as far as collecting, I mean, this is hardly a collection. This is just a background, really. I mean, for podcasts. I mean, the one thing I am collecting actively right now is the Simpsons line here.
Those are cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm Mr. Burns short of having a complete collection currently. I did find. Nice. I found Ralph the other day.
And Hank Scorpio. I have both Hank Scorpio action figures because he's my favorite character from Simpsons.
I also the one Funko thing that I did collect, which is kind of strange because a lot of people didn't like this line, but I really liked the form factor, was the vinyls, the VYLN or NL or however that was done. So I do have a ton of those, because I thought they were done. They were pretty well done. And where the hell else am I going to get a Cheech and Chong, or Akeem and Randy Watson from Coming to America, Coming to America.
Yeah, Coming to America.
Or Crockett and Tubbs from Miami Vice. They did all these kind of weird, really weird ones. I'm just kind of looking around the room. The one thing I do collect a lot of is, and they're not actually figures, they're more statues, but they are plastic. The Weta mini epics. They're little stylized, 6-7 inch.
Oh goodness, yes.
Figures. I have all of the Lord of the Rings ones they've done.
They're very stylized. They're so good.
Yeah, they're really cool. You might be able to see the Ghostbusters there.
Oh yeah, nice.
Is the Weta Ghostbusters?
Yep, I see Slimer at the top.
Yeah. So I mean, those are really fun, and I made it a point to grab as many of those as I could.
Nice. Big Bad Mike, do you have limitations? What are you allowed to get and what are you not? I've got like no Lego.
We're out of time. We'd need a whole nother episode to explain the psychology of my collecting brain.
Okay. I can get the border sound effects.
Space, finances, OCD, FOMO. There's too many things. Too many things to tackle.
This is what we should be all doing. Is like, do I like it? Can I justify the price? I mean, that's great. That's a really good start, right?
All right, I got an answer for you. My biggest thing, yes, there's a whole warehouse right in front of me basically to go buy whatever I want. You just can't, right? You wouldn't ever fit all that stuff. My biggest thing is, does it age well? So, when I first started here, I was like buying up like, oh, that's cool. Articulation, that's awesome. Cool. And now I look back at a lot of that stuff and I'm like, I kind of lost interest in that, or I don't really need that, or it doesn't really fit my collection or my shelf space right now. And so you end up moving on from things. And I think a lot of collectors do this too, right? You're kind of like, it's like renting library books. You sub things out and then you put other things back in. Over time, your collection is going to kind of turn over a little bit. But you're always going to have like your diehard, this is part of me, I have to have them all, or I have to, have my RC collection, like you said. So yeah, I'm a work in progress. Let's just leave it at that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that.
It's what makes the hobby interesting. It's never ending. True. It's always interesting, and there's always something new that you don't know that's coming.
And finding what works for you. I like someone said we need Rush in Operation Monster Force.
Dave. What's up, Dave?
It's got to happen. Neil Peart, am I right?
Dave does some awesome artwork, by the way. Go check him out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for humoring my question. If I may, I'm going to do one more, then we'll talk a little bit about holidays, and we got to get out of here because we're going a little long, and that's my fault because I have a lot of questions because Blake, I thank you for what you do because it means we get a little existential. It means we get to talk a little bigger, and it's not just about when are things coming out and what's on sale right now. It's more about why do we do this? Why do people love to collect? The nostalgia of it and the joy of it, of opening that package. I remember years ago realizing that on eBay I could just order Secret Wars Doctor Doom and open him from the package again and get that rush for just a second again.
Or never open the package.
Worth it. And that's just it. Well, that's kind of part of my question, and please hear me out. I wrote this down because I really wanted to get this articulated, but it's something that's been on my mind. And especially, Blake, after going through, I got to watch you on a couple other podcasts and go through your bio, and I think you're the person to speak to this. So again, hear me out. Sorry, it's going to be a read, but okay. What I wrote was whether we as collectors if we're currently in a action figure renaissance, which I think we are, or the dreaded bubble, which is possible. Let's use our magic mirror and look at 5 years, okay, from now. So that's what, 2030. Now, outside of politics and everything else, just within our hobby, within being a collector, what do you think that collectors in this space will value most from this time period? Looking back to now, do you think it will be that they still have mint condition toys from now, that they're like still in the package, never took it out, this is awesome? Or do you think it will be learning undocumented history, like with previous years with shows like The Toys That Made Us, and like with your books and with your magazine, learning that the things, and YouTube as well, multiple videos there of things that were important to us as kids, we grew up and now we can really find the lore and find out the people who made them? Do you think that's something people will appreciate that we finally have access to thanks to people like you, Blake? Or do you think it will be or the culture of us now that we can talk online and have discourse, but also share things, have podcasts like this, and also being at conventions? So I guess I'm wondering is what will be the takeaway? And then more importantly, what do you hope is the takeaway? Is it going to be just, hey, I got stuff and now I have that stuff? Or I met 6 friends because we talked about a toy at a convention? Or I can't believe that the thing I like is like historical now, is important. What do you think is important about this time that you hope people take from it? I hope that makes sense.
Well, of course, it's everything all of the work I've done. So, I mean,
specifically yours.
Yeah, just buy the books, buy the
just your books. Buy my book.
I mean, that's I mean, I don't really know what else to say. No, seriously.
Just this.
Yeah, there they are.
And this.
Sorry. I think looking back, it'll probably be the community thing, the friends that you've made. I mean, the one thing I said when I went out and did that first book, and I said this multiple times on multiple podcasts, is if that book hadn't have funded, I would have not taken back 1 second of the 2 years that I was out there digging up the information, because I made so many friends during that process.
I love that.
That's great.
Lifetime friends that I still get Christmas cards from.
I love that.
So it was really the whole process, widened my my I don't know what you call it, circle of comrades or whatever, people that that I could pick up the phone and they would answer, and I could not necessarily talk about toy stuff, talk about life stuff with. But I think in 5 years, people might look back on this time, which I do believe is kind of the golden age of action figures, and maybe realize that not only And the reason it's kind of the golden age is because there's so many independents doing it right now. And we're probably going to lose some of those guys over that time period. But I don't think people appreciate the fact enough that every one of those guys, every figure they make is basically a limited edition figure.
Right.
Because there's only 2,000-3,000 of each of those, maybe.
Yeah.
In some cases. You know, very few folks are making 8, 9, 10,000 runs, you know, in the indie circle. And you're talking about 8, 9, 10,000, you know, somebody like Hasbro Mattel, that is a limited edition figure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very small.
Well, these are the entire runs we're talking about for some of these companies.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it when it's put out, you know, it may be more difficult to go back and find it later. But at the same time, this whole thing dies with us. It you know, 80s kids, and to a degree, 90s kids, it dies after that. There's no, you know, you can pass on, you know, action figures and the boys' toys nostalgia to your children as best you can, but ultimately it's going to flame out. And it's just not, there's no nostalgia there's no action figure nostalgia for a 20-year-old right now. There's just not.
I think that's fair. It's all borrowed. SpongeBob is, you know, as a movie, but that's still legacy. And
it's not, you know, and it's not the majority of, you know, 8, 9, 10-year-olds are running down the toy aisle happy to see the new Ninja Turtles. It's it's us screwy 50-year-olds that are doing it, you know. So, and I hate that fact, but I don't think that there's any way around the fact that now I'm not saying this happens tomorrow,
right?
But 10 years, maybe.
I mean, we had that with entertainment across the board, right? Of all the nostalgia and the, you know, like Ghostbusters coming back and etc., where it was made as nostalgia for a generation, for our generation.
Right. And I mean, we lived during some of the most remarkable times for Hollywood, for cartoons, and ultimately for boys' toys, which is why you see these things coming back and coming back and coming back. I mean, when you walk down the toy aisle right now, you would think it was 1986.
It's true. I agree.
I mean, Ghostbusters, Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, you know, Turtles. I mean, a little early for Turtles, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, you know, it's just it all comes back around. You know, the big joke, not a big joke, but we used to say, you know, Playmates Toys, you know, was always in search during the 90s. They were always in search of the next Ninja Turtles, and they always found it. It was Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Because they had so many, like the Earthworm Jim, for example, the Darkwing Duck, the Disney stuff that they did, Toxic Avenger or Toxic Crusaders, all one and done, and they tried. And they made some excellent product, but for whatever reason, it never caught on. But because they were always searching for the next Turtles. And the next Turtles always ended up being Turtles.
Right. What if Turtles but monsters? What if Turtles but they're Power Rangers? What if Turtles but
the next, you know, it would come back in a different cartoon form or a different you know, movie or what have you. So it was, really, so I mean, I'm hopeful that we hang on to it for as long as we can, but I mean, we're all going to age out too, and that's very realistic.
If I may, I want to say the positivity of two things that you said that I think are combining right now, and that is the renaissance of friendship and, you know, finding people who are your tribe, but also the fact that it is a renaissance of figures that we're getting, you know, licensing and new creative concepts we've never seen in smaller runs. But that's also happening because of the camaraderie, whereas it used to be 2 or 3 giant toy companies fighting each other and hiding their files and trying to take each other out. And now, thank goodness, companies like, well, Big Bad Workshop, I've heard stories from Bill where someone can reach out and be like, hey, I can't figure out the buck for this particular kind of figure. What are you guys using? Sure. And it's not cutthroat. It's helpful because everyone wants those toys. And I think that is the difference now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the smaller players are all using the same factories over in, you know, to create volume. using the same managers, using the same containers to get stuff over here. I mean, it's that we live in a time where someone can take an original concept and not have really any mythos or anything behind it. Just do a figure based on something that they designed or whatever,
right.
and get the support of the community to be able to actually, make the, raise enough money to tool it and make it and distribute it out. Who is the gentleman behind the Odious figure?
Yeah, Unparalleled Universe. Yep.
He just great example.
Got over the hump with his figures and got 2 more on our site now. So
great example.
Yeah, Wade's doing incredible stuff.
I was like, what the hell is an Odious? I don't even know what that is. I mean, it's a cool looking figure.
Yep.
But it was like, I didn't, is there anything, is there a cartoon? Is there a comic book? Is there anything? I really didn't know. Dave, good point. Plunderlings. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. No one, I mean, it was a form factor that Ricky and his crew came up with, and they're killing it.
Yeah. And that quote out of context was that it was discussing that his kids are now into like turtles and such, but also that they love Plunderlings, which is great to see new generations.
I got a shameless plug here. So this picture here, if you can't tell, this is what appears to be someone holding a lightsaber. That's from my 4-year-old son, who
really
is
good.
Getting into Star Wars because he loves lightsabers so much. So
I'm
doing my part with the next gen, but I mean, everything you said, Blake, is it's kind of
we can do our best to pass it down, but it's never going to be a 1-for-1 trade. It's not. Right. I mean, I wish it was, and I hope that people can make action figures and long after I'm gone. But it's just it'll be interesting to see what the future holds for that.
It'll be different. And I like this, by the way. Someone is saying kids are playing D&D. I have no issues with that. That's great. Mind you, look, if you are in charge of IPs, that's a little tricky, but great. They're using their imagination. They're making their own characters. Fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. Not that you were saying that it was anything wrong with it. And Bill, BigBadMike, anything along those lines? I know I'm getting real existential on us. I apologize, but anything along those lines you want to speak to the current timelines?
I think it's cool that, I'll speak to our lines, for example, like we're taking a more risk with, unique IP, original IP versus, taking the traditional licensing route.
And even like Moonman Zero
and yeah, like Moonman Zero. And, there's a rule out there right now that if you, continually post, eventually, you might make it big or viral or whatever. And so a lot of people will try those things, and sometimes they give up, but I think we have some pretty cool stuff going on right now for the toy community, and I'm hopeful some of the lines that we're coming out with, even the unannounced stuff that we're working on now, is gonna help feed this toy collector audience for quite some time here. So we've got some cool stuff in the works, and licenses are always going to keep doing their thing as long as they're around. So, that play is always there, but it's nice to take that, I don't know, indie circuit, if you will, and put something out that's original.
I mean, I think that's what we learned, right? With everyone tried to just do nostalgia for a bit, and it's like, oh wait, we still have to come up with new ideas. So,
I really think the work that the workshop is doing is fantastic. I mean, it's some of the stuff you guys are. I mean, it took a while for me to actually get access to some of it, but that's neither here nor there.
I feel like there was a catch there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I want to showcase real quick, if I may, just a very fast one. Thinking about it, it ties in. And sorry, this isn't the most beautiful way I could present this, but the Naughty or Nice line by Big Bad Toy Workshop. I just wanted to show that folks are showing off their stuff for Christmas right now. Like I said, this is kind of an ugly presentation, but I love this guy's doing his December horror films, and he's got his little elves with him to showcase. This, of course, the Mall Santa, beautifully shot.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say too, like, I mean, these like Naughty or Nice things are all, Arlen, really, at the end of the day. Like, this is his thing. He's designed all this stuff, and it's great to see everybody embracing it because there was not a Santa Claus action figure line.
Yeah.
4 years ago. So, Arlen really, this is his baby, going back to, again, things we were just talking about, people coming up with things and sort of making them happen. So, they're exclusive on Toy Store, which is great, but yeah, there's a lot of, we turned around the other day and realized, like, oh my gosh, we've made a lot of Christmas action figures in the absence of not having anything for the longest time. So yeah. Great photos that folks are taking right now.
I know. I love the compatibility too. That's so great with the elves. And then of course, Donner Party meets Santa. Fantastic stuff. Everybody gets presents at Christmas. I love it. A lot of creativity out there. Thanks everybody for sharing onto Insta so we can see your work. That's really good stuff. And some folks in the comments have had some good conversations about like what we were talking about. Are saying it may grow, contract. There'll be a market years from now. My grandfather's day was scale train sets. It's a big market. It's a lot smaller now, but they're still collectors. So I guess it is. Yeah, it's like what you collect, what you like. But I think you're absolutely right, Blake, is that it will change. Yeah. And it kind of didn't for a while, right? And that, to your point, everything was like Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe. Like it just kind of stayed the same for a while.
The only constant we have is change.
That is correct. That is correct.
And taxes. Don't forget taxes, Blake.
Well, I got us all dark, so let's see. I should probably put our let's see. There we go. Holidays. As we just got the death of collectors.
I would also like to commend Workshop on the Jason Geyer hire.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great. He's just joined our team.
That guy belonged with a toy company for the longest time.
Thank you. Yes, he and I have been talking and working together on many projects, and happy to have him on board.
That has happened for him and you guys, because he's a genius.
Thank you. Yeah, he's great. We're happy to have him here. And if you don't follow him on Instagram, please follow Toy Otter. Check him out. But yeah, he just came on board the team, and I'm sure he'll be joining us for a future,
we're going to force him onto a podcast.
Here.
Good luck.
Drag him out. Yeah. I got one last question for chat, and that is, what toy do you want to see under the tree this year? Is there something? I think we talked last time about, like, is there anything like, if you got a good Black Friday deal, would you pull the trigger on it? Well, this isn't your money. Now you just want to see it. You want to see it show up this year. This is the time. Mine is that I broke my rules about which toys I'm allowed to get, because if it's Devastator / Constructicons, I want it. So now I want all the Blokies because they're really cute and I like making them. I don't have room for them, and they're not a scale that I keep. I shouldn't have them. And of course, to have them, I have to have 5 of them, and then I have to buy another kit to put them all together. But I want them real bad. BigBadMike.
Got you, Jack. I got you.
Wait, what? Don't say that. Don't say that. My wife will kill you. They can't actually show up. Then we'll both be in trouble. BigBadMike, is there anything you want under the tree this year? Anything special? Toy related. Keep it toys. You can.
This is sappy, but I'm all about the look on my kid's face now. So when I get to spoil my kids, I've got.
Well, okay. So wait. Can you tell us? I mean, do they listen, or does it spoil anything if they find out?
Well, yeah, I can't say like that, but there's something.
When you don't know when Santa's going to get them. That's a whole other thing. So.
Well, sure. So yeah, we've got some. He's going to be happy, so I'm excited.
Can you tell us what they asked Santa for this year? Do you know what was on his list?
Well, everything's Star Wars right now. Everything's Star Wars. Yeah.
Copy that. Looks like we got Lego Dark Falcon. If I don't get it, I'm going to end up buying one before it retires. That's very smart, especially, with anything with Lego, you got to get them fast because they go. Yep. Someone wants the next wave of BigBadWorkShop figures, either under the tree or within the next 29 days. It's a very reasonable
It's going to be a busy Q1 of deliveries. I can tell you that.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
Bill, is there anything you want?
Don't we all? Yeah, no, I just missed out on that Batman animated Batwing, and I need to pick that up. So maybe my kids will surprise me or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Maybe if they watch the podcast.
chances are no.
You monster!
Look at that.
You actual monster. He has it. Just to mock you.
Blake doesn't miss.
I was too slow on the trigger there, but it is the holidays, so it's festive at least. Blake, is there anything special besides world peace? I'll cut you off the program if you say world peace.
I've gotten a lot of stuff here recently, so I don't know. The one old toy that I really, really wanted, I got last year. So I don't really have anything. I mean, I just got the new Moo Mesa figures from the cell, which are fantastic. Today, my 112 Ghostbusters Ecto 1 showed up.
Ooh.
So I have that sitting in the other room. I do have a Batwing sitting on my mantle over there. You know,
we all do. Everyone will build this. Mine's just outside the shot.
Yeah. How do you not have one, Bill?
I know. I know. Well, I asked for Christmas, so I can go buy it myself. Hopefully, someone will deliver it to me.
You know,
what was the one last year, Blake? What was the one that you said you got the one you wanted last year?
Back when I was a wee lad, one of my favorite games on the planet was the Dark Tower.
Oh, heck yes. Yes. Is that with the marbles?
No, this is the one with the tower, the thing in the middle and all the pegs.
Yes. I was mixing it up with the volcano one, but yes.
And inside the thing, it spins and it tells you what, if you run into trouble or was. Anyway, so I got a Dark Tower last year.
An original?
An original one.
Oh my goodness.
79 or whatever it was. So, that was my big thing for last year. This year, we've been really low key this year. We just moved into a house and we're still living in boxes here. So I'll probably just open up a box and say, hey, I forgot I have that toy. Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Or we'll put a bow on the Ecto 1 or something, because that wasn't necessarily cheap.
Right.
I bought it a year ago or whatever. Yeah. So it's just, you don't think about stuff until it starts showing up. I mean, that's probably it. I mean, I did dabble in RossCon, as the kids are calling it now. Went to a couple of Rosses and picked up some of
the first time I'm hearing this, just because strange things are showing up at clearance at Ross.
Yeah, so some of the Super 7 Dungeons and Dragons figures showed up.
What? Now I'm going to RossCon tomorrow.
Yeah. So I got all of those except for the girl. She never showed up around here. It's kind of regional. Sometimes one figure will show up on the East Coast and one will show up down south, and then but I got every one of them except the girl. And then I found a Fortress of Solitude Superpowers the other day it's actually the gold one with the robot guy figure with it. It was $5.99
at Ross. That's insane. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
So so I've been buying little things here and there like that. So yeah, Christmas, I just it's been Christmas all month here, pretty much.
All year. All year in the toy industry. It's every day is Christmas. Yep.
Yeah. For some reason, just this month, I'm getting a lot of things literally that I ordered like first month of pandemic. Like the Kickstarter for the Ninja Turtles RPG. I swear to God, that was 4 years ago. It just showed up last week. I'm so excited. It's like it's the exact same book I had, but it's in color. And literally, I got something that's like coming from some Japanese store, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. And it's from the Cyberpunk Netflix series, which I loved. It was Edge Runners was great 4 years ago or whatever that was. I'm like, cool. I guess I'm getting a toy from that. I don't remember buying this. They're all just showing up right now. It's the pile of loot situation.
Yeah, and there's a couple other Kickstarters that are probably getting ready to show up in early next year. Like I think the Laurel and Hardy figures are pretty much ready to go. They'll be showing up soon.
My friend,
I got those. The second wave of 9 to 5 Warriors is shipping. So they're actually on the boat heading this way. So looking forward to getting those.
Christmas every day. Someone just wants the Chatsworth. Stormy just wants his Chatsworth.
Containers getting booked right now.
I know. They just said it's not realistic. They just want Chatsworth. They just want that big Yeti.
Yep.
Sorry, Sasquatch. Chatsworth is not a Yeti. I don't know why I said it like that. With that, Chad, thank you for answering all the questions. Some folks do not have Ross in their area, and that is a bummer. I'm sorry about that.
Jersey wants the battle nuns. Those are going to be a bit. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I think we're real early on those bad boys, right? Yeah, the battle nuns. And I don't blame you. They look really cool. We've had you for so long, Blake, and I really appreciate it. This is our longest episode. I had too many questions to ask you. It's just the work you've put together is so fascinating, and it's just so cool to know that someone is out there doing it, is keeping track of it, taking it seriously, and talking to the people who made, what made us who we are, I guess. So thank you for that, and thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Blake, where can we get your magazine?
The easiest way to do it is to subscribe. Go to TOYCOLLECTR.com, click subscribe. It'll take you to a screen where you can put in all your information. You get 6 issues a year for $69, which is
nice.
a $3.5 savings over the newsstand, I think. Or you can try your local Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. If you're near a Publix grocery store in the South in Florida, a lot of them show up there. I do have a list of stores where you can find them if anyone ever just wants to try to find a store near them. They can always just email me and I will give them a list of stores that around their area that should have it.
And you do ship internationally, is that right?
Yeah, you can go if you click the subscribe link real quick, because a lot of people miss this in the
I think my internet's being really slow. Sorry about that. There we go. So you choose your subscription. Okay. Is that coming up yet? No, it's still. I'm sorry, that's a technical issue. I've clicked it on mine, so I see it, but it's for some reason not. There we go. There we go. Did you move that time?
Nope.
No.
Not sure why it's not doing that. I'll just reshare it. But yes,
anyway,
please.
Where you put in your information, there's a little line that says for Canadian and international, click here. Some people miss that. They get on me for, why don't you send it to the UK? I was like, I do. It's right there.
I do.
Yeah.
You just have to hit the right button.
So we do have international subscribers.
That's great.
The magazine is also available internationally in some stores. I know Australia, UK, Germany, Austria, Sweden, Norway, maybe. Is it like seven countries? Although we're trying to, see right under where it says choose your subscription. It says click here for Canadian or international subscriptions. So we're doing 22 right now. One of the things that I always try to say during these things is that the one thing the internet told me I could never do was break news in a print magazine. Well, internet,
here we are.
I am 21 for 21 on exclusive imagery, world premiere imagery on the covers of Toy Collector.
That's awesome.
And I'm here to tell you, I'm going 22 for 22 because it's already been set up.
Fantastic.
So it's, I can appreciate, people's enthusiasm about how the internet is the end all be all, but it really isn't.
Well, yours will endure as well.
Yeah, because it will be forever. I should have worn my other hat. I have a hat that says,
I want a graphic novel made now, Blake versus the internet. I just feel like that needs to happen.
Blake versus the internet.
Get writing, get drawing.
Speaking of ordering online and of exclusives, don't forget that BigBadMike, push the button. He's in quite a lot of trouble, and you can pre-order Agents of Omega: Secret of the Serpent Temple right now on BigBadToyStore.com. So get it before BigBadMike gets fired, I guess. Or Bill kills him after this.
Figure out how to take that down. But thanks again, Blake, for getting us on the cover of the latest issue as well. And folks, go check that out and find out more about the line.
Yeah.
Also, Chad, if you had questions for Blake, I'm sorry I took up all the time asking my questions, but sorry, Blake, thank you.
I will come back sometime.
I appreciate that. We'd love to have you back.
If you'll have me during, maybe we can do something for the 25th.
Yeah, you busy?
The 25th issue, I guess would be.
I thought you meant of December.
Not like Christmas. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's the landmark. I'm coming up on 5 years too, so we'll have a 5-year anniversary issue.
Fantastic.
So if I make it that far, hopefully I'll make it that far.
You'll make it that far.
I didn't think I'd make it this far. So
And we're very, very happy you did. Also, just a little housekeeping as well. If you'd like to reach us, you can reach us, of course, on Instagram.
Graphics.
Facebook,
look at that.
TikTok.
Man.
Oh, see, I know. We're working on it. And of course, our YouTube page, which is Big Bad Workshop. So please reach out. Let us know what you're collecting. Let us know if there's any questions that you had for Blake. But I ate up all the time getting existential. And again, thank you so much, Blake. How can folks find you online easiest?
So Instagram is at Toy Collector. Facebook is facebook.com/Toy Collector. And Twitter, I believe, is at Toy Collector _mag.
Fantastic.
So you're heading out to Toy Fair next, is that right then?
Toy Fair's in February. I'll be doing that. There's a couple of I don't know if I'll be in Toylanta this year.
Okay.
I probably will.
Joe Fest.
Joe Fest is kind of up in the air.
We'll catch you somewhere.
I was toggling back and forth between that and the DFW show.
Sure.
So I think Joe Fest might be.
We're doing ZoloCon too. That's a new addition this year.
I just got an email from them asking if I wanted to come. So
there you go.
I don't know what that means exactly. It's like, sure. Are you going to pay for it, or am I paying? Who's paying for it? You know? I was told I would get a follow-up email. I haven't got one yet. So, but yeah, they just invited me. So I don't.
Oh, that's great. Well, maybe we'll see you there.
We'll see if what happens there.
Heard it's a lot of fun.
Is that in Philadelphia? Is that where that is?
King of Prussia, PA. Yeah.
Isn't that Philadelphia?
Pennsylvania. I don't know. It's at a casino.
Something with a P.
It's at a casino?
We're just going to gamble all night long on everything.
That's dangerous.
That sounds very dangerous. That sounds like a terrible idea for collectors who we've established have no rules and no.
Well, I might have to. Now I got to go just to cover the.
No, they recently changed facilities, and I've heard it's a nice upgrade from previous shows and such. So yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Just to cover the after hours stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You're all the information.
Yeah.
That's how you'll get real scoops. And you'll probably get some prototypes. They'll be putting them on the table. You can win some good stuff off from people.
Speaking of prototypes, little teaser. New year coming up. A lot of people set their goals and big aspirations going into a new year. Bill and I have like a lot of junk. We call it stuff, junk, whatever. We have a lot of stuff on our desk, and we thought it might be fun to kind of have a destination to visit the pod and visit the stream. And I think we're going to start, giving some stuff out and having some way to win something, or go home with something from my desk or Bill's desk. So we'll see what that looks like into the new year. Just a little 2026 preview.
Did everyone see producer's Jack face go like this when he started talking like that? Like, hey, we're gonna do a giveaway.
Banana like, back there. Who wants?
Are we? Because we're sure not ready for that. But yes, you would discuss. I think that's a great idea. Is that going into the new year and cleaning up both the logo and our desks.
I gotta clean up all that back there. So hopefully there'll be plenty not the Galactus bucket, but there's a lot of stuff back there that.
Are those new Eagle Force? Is that what's back there? Is that what landed in your lap today?
Yeah, we got Eagle Force production samples back there.
Serving that 4-inch
stuff. Chatsworth, all sorts of things back there.
All that to say, these guys have really cool stuff that's just like sitting around, and they want to give it away to you. Blake, what you got in your hands?
Oh no, this is a magazine.
Okay,
there's a magazine.
You're literally just reading the magazine. He's like, I checked out.
That's right.
It's funny. We did 20 minutes ago.
Earlier in the week, I was looking at this online, and this one actually sold out. I don't know if this episode did it or if it just happened with the lead in to this, but yeah, volume 1 is sold out.
Big Bad is on both sides of this.
Hey, look at that!
That's
look
right.
at that watch agent there.
Workshop on the front,
toy store on the back.
Toy store on the back. Yeah,
as they say, as everyone says. Okay, I have to end the episode. We're over 2 hours. I blame myself, none of you, but I'm very, very thankful that we got to talk to you for this long.
Thank you so much. Also, that was super insightful.
Thank you. And gents, I won't see you for a little bit either. So everyone, please have wonderful holidays.
A wonderful holiday, everyone. Yeah.
And listen to this. They obviously don't watch the show. How down to earth and generous everyone is. I mean, Blake, yes, but obviously you've never seen the rest of the podcast. Anyway, but and we weren't joking, by the way. When we come back, you're going to get free stuff. So watch the podcast, win free stuff.
A chance.
After I 7 times in this podcast said fulfillment's terrible, and Blake said, "Yeah, we're doing that." So come back next year, get some free stuff. And again, thank you for this year. Thank you for following us. Thank you for letting this channel grow. We've only done 4 of these that we broadcasted, and the channel's been growing exponentially. You guys like the shorts. You seem to not mind us chatting with you. So we really, really appreciate that, everybody. Thank you. And with that, I think I'm going to sign off.
All right.
Merry Christmas,
Thanks
everyone.
again, Blake.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
A great holiday. And